In Florida?
Yeah.
La Trila, La Trilla, La Trila, La Trila, La Trila. Yeah, it was dope. I actually hope that Isaiah blesses us with the food when we get to Florida. But it was a great time. I mean, and the food is good, and he does a good job, and the people there are nice. So I'm here to support.
What's it like to see him in that atmosphere when you know him from football?
It's the same guy, just running around, making a lot of noise, and just being energetic. But to see him like with a different logo on his shirt, it's just weird. But it's a cool seeing that he can separate ball and dive into an off the field venture like a restaurant, like how he did.
I think Dick said though that he will never go to the restaurant. So
Why?
got controversy here.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I guarantee Diggs will pop up, but we'll see.
Dermot said earlier that you guys, the offensive line, need to move their feet more, adjust, and kind of communicate when it came to those holding calls that you guys got the other week. What do you feel like adjustments you guys need to make to stop that from happening this week with the Dolphins?
Well, Ash, just thinking about it, like that's all a part of like football, like penalties before and after and the play, like that's all a part of ball. And honestly, in the first couple weeks of actual live bullets, like guys are not nervous, but guys are like all over it in the place. Like we're pros, but we're still human. Like stuff happens, but I guess feet and hands can definitely save us from penalties. But it all comes. Like it comes, it goes. You have a good game, you have a bad game. It's all a part of being a pro. But the good thing about it is we have the opportunity to reset, and we have another opportunity to, I guess, move our hands and our feet, like and McDermott says.
Dion, the holding calls across the league from week one of last year to week one of this year went up dramatically.
Crazy, right?
Did it feel that way?
Absolutely. The first play of in the game and before and the ball was even snapped. Like they were talking about hands inside, hands inside. So, like we knew going into it that that was a point of emphasis that they were harping on, and cool. Like that just teaches us that we just got to be on our game, and specifically me, like we have to be on our game just that much more tighter. And shoot, it is and what it is. Like those penalties, it hurt us, but another week, Dolphins is where our mind is.
After calling more than you expected, even though.
Of course, yeah. Like that's what the point of emphasis is. Like we went in and they were just like, look, hands inside, and that's just something that they wanted to harp on and bring the importance and the attention on it. And shoot, I was just an example.
After your battle with COVID,
Yeah.
you talked so much about getting your body back to where it needs to be for game day and the conditioning and all the steps to get back to where you need to be after week one. How do you feel? Like, how did you feel in that game physically after going through all of that?
I mean, up and down. Like my body like went through a drastic tragedy. How I would say, like every part of my body was battling. So from being down at my lowest point and trying to be at my highest point in 3 weeks, I mean, I try at my best. Like I said, like being a pro, like your clock just has to be faster. But I'm grinding at it every day. Like I'm not fully me, but I'm still me. But it's just the conditioning part of it, and that's not an excuse, but it's just saying that it'll be a entire season thing to just keep growing and just keep chopping away at my downfall, which will be on the uprise.
How about the mental side of that?
Yeah.
Just, battling back mentally and getting yourself
Yeah.
in that right mindset
Yeah.
leading up to week one. And I guess the aspect of, like, the mental side of all of that
Yeah.
comes with it.
It's definitely hard because you're hit with mental bullets that I've never expected. Like man, like I used to think that the best athlete on the field, and then when you have less conditioning because of COVID and your body's not like fully there like that, and it sets you back for a second or whatever that like might be. But the mental part, it's an up and down battle. But we have great people here, and Dr. Dez, like they all do a great job of keeping us on the right path. But it's definitely a roller coaster. Like shoot, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm far from perfect, and I'm not perfect. So, it's an up and down battle. and I'm gonna just keep chopping away at it. And whether I need help here or today or tomorrow or in a week, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and seek it for whatever strikes next, because the bullets fly all day, every day.
Dion, you said you're not fully you
Yeah.
yet. How close do you feel like?
I have no idea. I wish that it was like pouring water and you can just see the cup like go up, but it isn't, you know? Like some days like I feel amazing and some days I don't. So when I say it's an up and down battle, like just every day it just feels different. But it's not like drastically worse or anything and like that, but it's just an up and down battle. Like for instance, like if you like wake up like one day and you like listen to your favorite song and you feel like I'm ready to go. And then there's some days like and you wake up and let's say your wife like just looks at you wrong and you're like, "Dag, like what did I do?" So it's just like it's a up and down battle. So that's how I feel on the field at times. It's just like, "Dag, like that play felt harder than the previous play or the play after." And this play felt great, but I don't know. I wish that I could just open up in my body and just see, but I can't, you know, but only God knows.
Do you feel like your body is like getting out of breath where you're not expecting it to?
So that's what comes with the conditioning. Like that was definitely the number one point. It was like, man, like I feel tired even walking up and down the steps or even walking outside to practice. I'm like, you know, but you know now like it's a heck of a lot better. You know, I'm not drastically tired, but I feel like we still got a way to keep pushing, and I'm not perfectly there, but I'm there. I'm just not perfectly there.
Is it mostly physical stuff though? I know like brain fog was something that some people had or things like that, or is it more just the conditioning side?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the point that I see it is just conditioning. Because if I can just physically push and fight through a play or fight through an entire game, like that's where my mind is dominating in a game. And if my conditioning is affecting that, then that's where like that thought comes. But it's not really that, and it's not really mental. I mean, I would say that it would be more so of the conditioning than mental, but it's still back and forth.
So how common is it in general, just if you're not 100% probably game one any season, right? So
Yeah, of course.
Can you give us a gauge of compared to normal, just
Yeah.
the normal rust of a game one compared to what you and maybe other guys who didn't go through some of the physical stuff, where you guys would be at traditionally out the gate week one?
I don't really know. Like how I would see like that question, it's more so like I had what 2 weeks of camp while everyone had 4 weeks. So I'm 2 weeks behind in my conditioning and my process or my progress of being ready for the NFL season. So I just feel like that it's all on the clock and I just got to just keep diving at it. But as far as the group, like the guys are perfectly fine. And last week was last week, and this week is this week, and we have another like opportunity to go out there and win, and that's where our mind is. That we just want to win the football game, and that's what we're here to honestly do is win games.
But it's natural out the gate to not be perfect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you look at maybe some of the errors, how much of it is this is kind of what comes with the game number one versus all right, this is something we really need to focus on because
True.
we weren't doing it right.
I see the question. You know, it's more so a part of being in game one. You know, it's the up and down battles of like week one. You're out there and with live bullets, and it affects everyone different. But I wouldn't say that it's nothing like to dive too far on. It's just week one. It's just week one. You know, it's kind of like the first day of school and just being like, hey, man, this is a beautiful school. Like, hey, it is and what it is, but the good thing is that we're on week two. And week two, the score is 0-0, and there's no penalties yet.
With Diggs off the field, where do you see the biggest difference of how he's impacting the team this year, like locker room meetings, stuff like that?
So you're talking about off the field Diggs person?
Yeah.
I mean, Diggs is Diggs. Like, you know, Diggs is a superstar. And we love him. His energy is great. He's a swaggy dude. He's always dressed down or dressed up like to the fullest, and he always grabs the attention of a room, and we're glad to have him here. You know, he's a great athlete, great person, and great leader. You know, I'm happy to follow in Diggs' footsteps of leading, and Diggs is a continuing star, and we love him.
You told us he was purposeful in trying to become a better leader and learn
Yeah.
more about that. Where do you see that show up?
I would say his communication with diving into guys' personal relationships, like in the locker room, where it's not just a locker room thing; it's a outside of the building thing, where he's home and he's FaceTiming you and checking on you, and just being a guy. Like, shoot, Diggs is calling, so like, and like that just shows that he cares more than just being in the building and when the camera's on guy. He's doing it when the cameras aren't showing as well.
Did that catch you off guard the first time he FaceTimed you?
Nah, I mean maybe a little bit, a little bit. I was like, oh shoot, look, Diggs. But yeah, just from him knowing like who he is, like and the type of person that he is, like in the world, like it seems like when you have a following, like you just hit a different point in life, like nowadays, and for a guy and like that to care about each and every person, it's just different, and we appreciate it.
With one game under your belt, do
Yeah.
feel more confident heading into week 2?
Of course, I feel more and confident every day. Every day that I wake up, I feel it. And when I'm out here like practicing, I feel it. Every rep like that I win, I feel it. You know, and I'm glad that I'm here day in and day out, just chopping at it. But definitely, my confidence is just on like plane is taking off and it's just taking off. You know.
Do you think the Heat in Miami will affect you or will impact you throughout the game?
Who knows? I just gotta just make sure, Skursky, that I drink my gallons of water, and I stay ahead of the game because the Heat is a part of it, and they use that to their advantage, and we just gotta come in prepared.
Hey Dion, the chemistry of the offensive line, I mean, is so important, and it wouldn't be the offensive line play wouldn't be what it is now, right today, if you guys worked together for multiple years at this point. But the same can be said for the other side of the ball, the defensive backs. They've been together for quite some time now, and you've been around them for a while now. So, what can you say about their camaraderie and how it plays into the way they play on the field?
So looking at that group specifically, it's very, very like unique. Like from the years that I've like been here, like the position groups go out to like dinner and stuff like that, like every week, and they are consistent at it every single week, week in, week out, week out. Where as if the O line is doing it, like it'll be like, all right, let's watch our weights. It's gonna be hot. Let's skip the dinner. They're at it every single week. So like it just shows that those guys really, really love each other and they're friends and they're brothers and they care about like one another, and it's showing on the football field. Like Micah and Poe and Levi and TJ and all of those guys, like they're just a unique group. They're funny. Like I call them skinnies, but they're just different, and it's really, really, really cool to see their growth and just how they bond and how they eat breakfast all together, how they eat lunch all together, how they go and hit the field all at one time, and they do everything as a unit, which is why it shows on the field and that they play as one as well.
Do you think other position groups kind of take note and
Absolutely.
kind of follow after what they do?
Absolutely. We try our best, but they are a head spear at it, and we try to get everybody on the same page. But everybody's different. Like their group does it in a unique way where it's just natural. So everybody is just just taking note. Like look, but then they go again catching tennis balls, and then they go again throwing the frisbee and just doing just different things. But cool dudes.